This Hey. Hey, Miss Naturally Reed. Okay, y'all showing up. I'm like, maybe they didn't get the message that we were going to do devotional today. I know I look crazy, y'all. It's transformation coming Friday, okay? Right now, your girl is. I'm taking these braids out, and I took my nails off yesterday because they kept. I couldn't work with my grandson and stuff, so I'm gonna get it together Friday. I'm going to get my hair braided, all the things. But hello, I can't. It's not good morning, but happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, Dakira. Happy Wednesday, Miss Naturally Reed. Happy Wednesday, Miss Harriet. Happy Wednesday, Miss Janicia. Good evening. Yes, and so I posted last night that we were gonna. It probably was a little late, but I posted last night that we were gonna do an evening devotional. I really wish we would have done it on Zoom. Next time we're gonna do it on Zoom. Hey, Miss Nisa, baby, you listening? Okay, just listen. All right, I don't want you driving and doing all of that. Happy Wednesday. Oh, that's okay. And then my daughter, she took forever coming to get pork chop today. And actually, I could have did the devotional this morning because he didn't come till late. But oh well, we just doing it. We just doing it tonight. And I ain't gonna keep y'all long. But I'm happy that y'all are here. I was like, oh no, I hope they didn't. I hope they got the message. I hope they didn't forget. I kind of lost my voice. I got a little cold. I've been having that fan at night blowing directly on me because of what? Perimenopause. So if I sound a little raspy, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna drink my tea. And yeah. So how are y'all? How was your day? I hope y'all day was well. Mine was okay. It was probably too hot. Hey, Miss Michelle. So happy to see you. Happy Wednesday. Y'all, these days are just really flying by. Because when I say these kids are getting ready to go back to school, like Raleigh has band camp starting not next week, but week after next. Hi, Miss Jenny. How you been? Happy Wednesday. I'm so glad y'all could join me. I think we're going to do this maybe once a month or once every other week, maybe. Ah, we're happy you can make it live. I know you be getting off to work in the morning. So this is an opportunity for the people that can't be live with us in the morning. Maybe you could be live with us in the evening. So I'm happy to be here. And I forgot who suggested this, but thank you. It was a really good suggestion. I think this will be really good to do. Excuse me. I think it'll be really good to do. Like I said, maybe twice a month. We could do an evening one. We shall see. I'm gonna give it until 6:10, and then I'll get started. Cause again, I don't want to keep y'all long. I know maybe you've just gotten off of work and you want to unwind for the day, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. That's good. Hey, Miss Monica. Happy Wednesday. Good evening. Good evening. I feel like when I don't have lashes, I feel like I look like a naked mole rat. Good morning, Miss. Good morning, Miss. Good evening, Miss Carolyn. Good evening, Miss DG. Happy Wednesday, ladies. I be feeling like y'all remember, if y'all remember back in the day, if you do, the kids used to watch, because I probably was too old to be watching it, but I have brothers and sisters and kids, old kids. So y'all remember Kim Possible? And she used to have that naked mole rat. That's what I feel like. That is not a bite on my chest. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Miss Naturally Ree. Yeah, I feel like I need some lashes on, because I don't have any naturally. I never really had lashes, which is funny because all my kids, when they were babies, they had really thick lashes. Maybe it was their dad. I don't know. I don't recall him having. I try not to think about him, but anyway. And my grandson, he has really thick, pretty lashes. Like, he'll look at me and bat them lashes. You remember that show, Kim Possible? I saw today, because y'all know I watch planner videos, and somebody was doing a flip through. No, was she doing a flip through, or was she doing? She was doing a plan with me, and she had stickers like, and they said Kim Possible and stuff on them. I was like, oh, how cute. But yeah, I feel like her sidekick. Without lashes on. But I'm going to get it together. Don't worry. When y'all see me next week, I'm going to be ready for y'all. This is a maintenance week. Y'all know how it be. Y'all know how it be. This is a beautiful verse. I'm going to have to... This verse we're going to read, I'm going to have to Bible journal about this verse, because it's a very beautiful verse. I was looking at your vlog. You was looking at that gym doll. Yeah, baby. I told y'all. I just knew I was going to be a fashion designer. Okay? Like Shayna on Gym in the holograms. I didn't see the doll, because we were on the toy aisle looking for Eyes in that bubble machine. And I think somebody asked, I haven't went through my comments yet. I glance at them, but I take time to answer all of them at one time and get it done. So I usually do that before I go to bed. And somebody asked where it came from, and it was from Walmart. But when we were in the aisle, Riley saw that gym doll, and she was like, Mama, isn't this who you used to like? And I was like, yep. That was my show, okay? And I will still turn it on and watch it to this day, okay? I watch cartoons all the time. I watch cartoons. I still have a collection of Sweet Valley Twins and Babysitter Club books that I read, because if you notice, now they've redone those books, but they've made them into graphic novels, because kids don't like to read. They like to look at pictures. So they're no longer a bunch of, there weren't any pictures in those books. Now it's all a picture book. It's like a comic book. They call it a graphic novel. And I was like, because when I was getting them for Riley, and for Riley, I was like, this is not what I had. Yeah, so, but I still, listen, I feed my inner child. I highly recommend you do that. Find something that either you used to do when you were a child that really brought you joy, or that you wanted to do as a child that you feel like will bring you joy, and go do it and feed that inner child. You will be so happy. Okay, I highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. All right, let me go ahead and get started. So today we are going to talk about you are allowed to take up space. And I know one of our very first devotionals was about rushing, you know, hurrying, hustling, going too fast because we felt like, we needed to get things done. And now we are in our era of slowing down, moving calmly, knowing that God goes before us, that He takes care of all of our wants and our needs. And so we do not have to rush. We don't have to worry about our next steps because God has got us. We know that, right? The Wimpy Kid. Oh, yeah. Reagan used to love the Wimpy Kid books. I think Bean used to love them too. So let's talk about you are allowed to take up space. So our scripture is Matthew 5:14, and I absolutely love this scripture. It says, "You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden." And y'all let me know if y'all can hear me and see me. Y'all know we're not going to speak that, but everything should be good. That's Matthew 5:14. And so our devotion says there is a quiet pressure many of us, let me put y'all over here. There's a quiet pressure many of us carry to shrink, to apologize for our presence, or to feel like being gentle means being invisible. But as a woman of faith, femininity is not weakness, and we know that. It's not silence, it's not hiding. God never asked you to be small. Good morning, Miss Anola Angel. He never asked you to be small. Thank you, Miss DG. He asked you to be faithful, fruitful, and full of light. You are the light of the word, just like this scripture says. Not a flickering candle in the corner, but a city on a hill. A woman with wisdom and softness can still walk boldly. A woman with grace can still speak with authority, and a woman with a nurturing spirit can still take up space in a room, in a calling, in her home, in this world. Good morning, Miss Angela. I keep saying morning. Good evening, y'all. Good evening. Y'all know what I mean. To take up space doesn't mean being loud or forceful. It means showing up as the full expression of who God created you to be, unapologetically. Okay, you're not apologizing for who you are. You don't have to dim your beauty, your gifts, or your voice to make others comfortable. Your light isn't meant to be hidden. Your femininity isn't weakness, it's a supernatural strength when submitted to God. You are allowed to take up space as a feminine woman of faith. You are allowed to lead with kindness. You are allowed to shine without guilt. And you are allowed to bloom, even if it makes others uncomfortable. So, the reason why we're talking about this is because I actually watched a TikTok of this lady. You've probably seen her on TikTok. She's the one that talks about princess treatment. And I started watching her because somebody had made a video about her bashing her, right? Talking about, I don't know how they come to all these conclusions with this lady, but it's whatever. Just really mean. I don't understand how people have the time to get on social media and make a whole video about someone who's just simply living their life. It'd be one thing if we were talking about like the horrors of what Diddy did or something like that, the current administration. But you're talking about a woman who's just simply living her life. It confuses me. Like, don't you have things to do? And then, to me, I ain't gonna say that. But I don't know. People just, anyway. So I started watching her. She talks about the princess treatment, and some of it is really her joking. She doesn't really go that far, and some of it she's serious about. And she was talking about becoming more feminine. She is a new stay at home wife and mom like myself. You've been working all these years, rushing and all of that. And now she gets to stay home with her husband and her son. And she was talking about how to move as a feminine woman. And the video was really, really good. And she was saying that, um, you know, she takes her time. She moves slowly. If she gets in line, she doesn't, and she's coming out of the, you know how you check out and then you're trying to like hurry up and grab your bag and grab your wallet and like stick your card back in there. Hurry up and grab your purse and your bag so and rush off because the next person is behind you. And she said she don't do that. She was like, I take my time. I put my card back in my bag. I put my wallet back in my purse. Back my card back in my wallet and my wallet back in my purse. I grab, I put it back in the grocery cart. I grab the receipt. I save my pleasantries and then I leave. She said if she gets in line, she doesn't rush to the line. If someone is rushing, she lets them go before her because she has time. And she says that, I move calmly. I move slowly. I'm not in a rush because I'm not worried. She's like, I know timing is on point. I know, she said the universe, but we know God. She was like, I know everything is working out for me. I know that everything is happening for me to be able to move this way. So why am I worried? And I just, she was, but I was like, it just clicked for me. In no shade to my Caucasian sisters, but a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them move that way. And we are allowed to move that way as well. And I'm allowed to take up space. Okay? You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to say what you need to say. Okay? You are not rushing. You are not hurrying off. You are not apologizing, saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No. Excuse me. I'm moving this way. we are allowed to take up space as well. Okay? And it's about time that we do. And when I saw that verse and it said, you are the light of the world, a town built on a hill cannot be hidden, I was like, the Lord wants us to take up space as well. Okay? He goes before us. Why can't we move like we should move? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, our affirmation is, I am a woman of light and grace. I do not have to shrink to be loved. I take up space in confidence, knowing I am fully seen, known, and called by God. Some journal prompts. Excuse me. Where in your life have you been shrinking to stay safe or acceptable? Where in your life have you been shrinking to stay safe or acceptable because you felt like maybe people were going to talk about you? Okay. When have you not stood up for yourself? Like, when have those things occurred? Think about those and stop. Hey, Mr. Tarsa. Happy Wednesday. Also, what would it look like to take up space with softness, strength, and faith in that area? It's time for us to walk boldly, okay? That doesn't mean being loud. That doesn't mean, being crass or any of those things. But we are allowed to take up space and be bold. I quietly made the decision to slow down. I deserve to be in every moment. Ooh, I love that. Thank you, Miss Harry, because that's exactly what it is. Like, we're losing the point. Have y'all seen that trend on TikTok? Like, I think they've done it on Instagram too. Like, this is the whole point, and it just shows you like the different things that maybe you miss, like enjoying your family and all of that. Like me outside with my grandson and him so happy to be playing in bubbles, and my husband so happy that he put the thing together and Eisen loves it, and working with him with his tools. He loves working with my husband on different projects around the house. And I got to buy my baby some tools When I went to Walmart, I was looking for some, but I couldn't find any. But I'm gonna order him some off of Amazon. But he loves that, and that is the whole point. But we miss it. We don't get to experience it because we think we have to rush through things. We think we have to hurry up and get things done. We think things aren't gonna happen for us because we're moving too slow. Baby, we can move slow. It's okay. Our presence is what matters, right? It's time to be present. It's time to be bold. It's time to take up space. So the action steps that we can do is today or tomorrow, since we're later in the evening, choose one way to take up space. Speak up when you normally would stay silent. Okay? Dress in a way that reflects your beauty without apology. Some of us are not showing up because we don't want people to say, what you dressed up for? Why you got on all that makeup? What you wore that for? Baby, because I'm a princess. I'm royalty. Okay, I'm a daughter of the Most High. How am I supposed to dress? Okay, how am I supposed to look? Now, excuse me for today, but listen, we are allowed to do those things unapologetically without permission from anyone. Okay, pray boldly. Yes. Okay. Say yes to something that scares you but aligns you with your purpose. Stop missing out on opportunity because you're scared of what other people think. Stop thinking that you're going to look silly. Everyone looks silly at one point. I'm pretty sure when listen, I looked at my old videos. I look at them all the time because I actually share a lot of old videos on Facebook, but those are the ones that perform really, really well. And I'd be like, the lighting was horrible. There were no transitions. There were no shots. None of those things that I know now. But you don't learn those things if you never do it. You don't learn those. I think about the things that I have learned just from my journey. And I think, what if I never started? What if I thought, somebody laughed at what I did? I mean, they laugh at me now. They talk about me now. Okay. I'm still getting comments on that cake video and that garlic video all the time. I put the cake video recently on YouTube Shorts, and it's like at 200 and some thousand views. Okay. And I have gained in the last week and a half, over 1,500 followers from that one video. And most of the comments are sweet, kind, right? But I get a lot of comments. Oh, that's a cake mix. You just made a cake mix. Baby, I like them and keep it going because the comment is engagement. And a lot of people comment what they would have done, and those comments used to offend me. Like, I used to didn't like when people got on a video and said, well, I would have done it this way. But you know what I realized? You know what the good Lord said to me? He said that people are looking for community, and in order for people to have community, they have to feel like they have some input. And so now I say, thank you for sharing. Thank you for letting me know that. I may have known it. I know a lot of stuff. I've been baking cakes for years, okay? But thank you for sharing that. Somebody could use it. Thank you for your input. People just want to feel valued. People just want to be able to give their input. People just want community. So who am I to say, oh, well, I know that, da, 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 da. Nah. That comes with being teachable, what we talked about. Did we talk about that yesterday? Being teachable, being open. I'm teachable. I'm open. Maybe I did know that, but maybe somebody else didn't. Listen, I've learned a lot. And you got to stop worrying about how you look, okay? You know whose you are, who you belong to. You know who your father is, so don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Y'all want to... Everyone who said they wanted to start a YouTube channel, hey, Miss Nene, happy Wednesday. Start. It don't matter if you don't get no views. You never know what's going to happen. All it takes is one video. I promise you, all it takes is one video. I promise you that. I appreciate those. It tastes good. I'm sure of your homemade cakes. Ah, thank you. Listen, I tell people all the time that want to be smart and like, oh, well, maybe people our age, but the younger people that talk to me and be like, oh, well, I eat homemade from scratch cakes. Baby, you wouldn't know a homemade from scratch cake. And it is a very certain skill that you have to make a from scratch cake consistently well, okay? Because when you bake from scratch, anything anything can mess it up, okay? But you know, hey, again, that's how you feel. Who am I to say different? But anyway, say yes to something that scares you but aligns with your purpose. Okay, let your light shine, not someday, but today, now. Okay, now. Oh, yes, Mr. Tarsa. Now, I did pray for you, but I forgot. How did your exam go? We got time. It is homemade. I know that's right, Miss Deidre. If it's in your home, it's homemade. I know that's right. Ah, congrats. Girl, you should have told us. Y'all know my memory is not, it's getting better. Yay, congratulations. Congratulations. That's wonderful. You are a licensed minister. That's amazing. Okay, ma'am, you gonna have to this coming year, this year on one of our upcoming Zooms, you gonna lead the Zoom, okay? You gonna maybe you need to lead the devotional Zoom sometime, because I am not a licensed minister. So we can use your insight, we can use your knowledge, we can use your expertise, ma'am. Oh, good. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you, Mrs. Tarsa. That's an amazing thing. You should be very proud of yourself. And we are proud of you. And we are happy to have you in our sisterhood. A licensed minister. I love it. All right, so we're going to talk about some practical ways to take up space as a feminine woman of faith. We've talked about some of these ways before, but we all need a refresher, including myself. She was huffy. It happens. Yeah, these mamas are something else. But anyway, walk slowly and intentionally, okay? Don't rush through the grocery store, the parking lot, or your home. Let your steps be steady, confident, and graceful, okay? Start moving with grace. You're not running from life, you're rooted in it, okay? She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. Proverbs 31:26. Take your time when you speak. Pause before you answer. Remember, we talked about if you're not sure what to say, baby, ask God. Say a prayer. Lord, you guide me, because I don't know what to say. I say that all the time. I be like, ooh, Lord, let me not say the wrong thing. So what is it that you want me to say? And when I don't ask him, I always end up saying, Lord, why I didn't consult you. Pause before you answer. Breathe. Think. Okay? Speak softly but with weight. Okay? Let your words land. Speak softly, but those words, make sure that they're intentional. Make sure that they're powerful, okay? That they mean something. We talked about before, not always running our mouths, right? Because we don't want people to be like, that's just the girl that runs her mouth. We want to be the person that when we do say something, people listen, because we don't honor you with our voice all the time, okay? We don't honor you with our voice all the time. So when we speak, you're going to listen, okay? Let your words land. You don't have to rush to prove you're worth listening to. A lot of times when I'm doing a voiceover, and sometimes I still go fast, but I will have to stop the voiceover and start over again and say, Nicole, slow down. You don't have to talk fast. This is a recording. If they need to stop it and go and do something else, they can, and come back and listen later. Okay? You can speak as slowly as you need to. And that goes for whoever you are talking to. You can speak slowly. You don't have to rush through what you have to say. You don't have to interrupt. You don't have to jump in, hey, all of that. You don't have to do that. Men do that. You don't have to do that. You a lady. You wait. You let them wait on you. And then let them listen to what you have to say. Okay? Excuse me, y'all. Eat slowly and mindfully. This is a big one because I don't know if y'all are like me, but sometimes I can get at that table and I have to stop Riley because Riley is really bad at this too. And hurry up and run through that food because you're trying to get to do something else. It could be me trying to get to my walk because I've been walking in the evenings lately. Thank God, because Lord knows I needed to start back walking again. My bestie is gone, so I got to do hot walks with my husband. We just call them hot walks. One of my coworkers on vacation. Literally, the office is so quiet. I don't want people to be thankful when I'm not there. No, we don't want. Let me drink some water. That is not how we want it to be. That is not how we want it to be. Sometimes I think about, do I talk too much on here? Like, I don't want y'all to die. Want to listen to me. But eat slowly and mindfully. Enjoy your meals. Okay, set an ambiance. Set the table. Listen, y'all know, y'all saw if you watched my vlog, I brought this tea set from TJ Maxx maybe a month or so ago. And this morning, my husband, we had saved the peels on the watermelon when I cut up the watermelon for 4th of July, and we put it in the freezer. And so I broke up the pineapple peels, and then I put some lemon in there and some ginger, and I poured it in the little teapot with some hot water and let it steep. And we had us a nice little tea this morning, and we sat there, and I drank about 2 or 3 cups, and we just enjoyed our morning, before he got on his conference call and before Pork Chop came in. We just really enjoyed our morning. And even if I know every day can't be like that, because, we have things to do, we have responsibilities, people that are depending on us, and so on and so forth. But you can make a moment within every day like that. You can take a moment within every day and make that a slow moment for yourself, okay? And slow down and really just take your time. 10 minutes, we all know that goes by really, really quickly. You deserve that 10 minutes, okay, to move slowly. Thank you, Mr. Tarsa. I appreciate that. So enjoy your meals, light a candle, sit down, okay? I sat down at the table. I know in the short it wasn't showing that, but because I was watching the people outside, but I did. I sat down at the table. I just had my tea. My husband had his, and we just sat there, and we didn't really talk. Just enjoying the time, just enjoying the moment, the presence of each other. No multitasking and no apologizing, okay? No apologizing for sitting there and enjoying your meal and taking your time. And no being on your phone. I know we love to do that, but just take a moment. Just take a moment and not let this thing that we're always on consume you. Let the Lord consume you. Pray. Say, Lord, what is it that you want to download in my spirit right now? And just take that time. Take that time with him. Nourishing yourself is not indulgent, okay? It is sacred. I love thinking about eating our meals, not as just eating our meals, but nourishing our bodies, right? Nourishing our bodies and nourishing our loved ones. That is kind of a way that you can romanticize having to cook dinner. You're not just cooking dinner, you're nourishing your family. You are feeding them essential nutrients that they need in their body to survive. You are loving them with your food, with your touch, with your preparation. That is sometimes how we can pull back and think about those things that are just normal, mundane tasks. Pause instead of panicking, okay? Oh, this is me. When anxiety rises, breathe before acting, okay? Ask, is this urgent or am I just uncomfortable? Ha! When I read that, because I put this together last night, because listen, when I get an idea or I hear something, the Holy Spirit be like, get on it, because baby, I will forget if I don't write it down or say something. Is this urgent or are you just uncomfortable? Hey Ash, happy Wednesday. I'm intentional with my dinner. I love a pretty plate. Me too. I love all the dinnerware stuff it's so funny because none of those things I cared about before. But now I love a nice plate. I love plating my meal and taking a picture. Okay. I love making regular experiences extraordinary. Okay. I made not last night, Monday night for dinner. When I went to the store, me and my husband went to the store Sunday, and I said, I'm gonna buy this soup and we'll have soup and sandwiches for dinner one night because I'm thinking of ideas where I don't necessarily have to turn on the oven or the stove, right? Crock pot meals, air fryer meals, things like that. We love tomato soup, all of us. So I was like, yeah, if Riley wants a grilled cheese, I'll make her a grilled cheese. And I got him some sandwich meat or whatever. He ended up eating leftovers anyway because I had made shrimp scampi Sunday, so he really loved that. So he ate leftovers. So me and Riley had the soup. When I made the shrimp scampi, I made some garlic bread, and we had garlic bread left over. Baby, I took that garlic bread and I chopped it into cubes, and I put it in the air fryer with a little olive oil and some seasonings, and I made homemade croutons, and then I took that soup that was out the deli section of Kroger, and I poured that soup up into the bowl and warmed it up, and I added a little cream on top and a little seasonings and a little Parmesan cheese and fresh basil, and then I put those croutons out of the baby. That was one of the best soups I ever had, and I didn't really even do anything. Okay, you can make regular stuff extraordinary, okay, by taking your time. It was delicious. Hey Shakisha, happy to see you. But just make it an experience. Make it an experience. I ate that. I really didn't even get a good picture. The picture that I put in the short, I forgot to get like a vertical. Is this vertical? Yeah, a vertical video of it. I did a horizontal because I'm gonna share the croutons that I made on my video this week, what we ate on YouTube, but I forgot to get this so I can share it on the other platforms. But baby, when I say when I say that was a delicious meal, and I didn't even turn on the oven. Now I did turn on the air fryer, but it was delicious. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed it so much that my husband was like, "Did y'all save me any of it?" I was like, "Nope, we sure didn't. Sorry." But yes, be intentional. Nourish your body. That is the thing that you need to do. But yeah, oh, we were talking about pause instead of panicking. But yeah, ask yourself, is this urgent or am I just uncomfortable? Trust, and please, if you don't take anything from this, trust that God is meeting your needs in real time. You are not behind, so you do not need to rush, okay? You can take your time. Your path is already made, okay? God goes before us. He takes care of things. He knows our heart. He knows our needs. He knows our wants. He knows the promises that He's made us. They are real. He is taking care of those things. There is no need for you to try to rush, run through, hurry, hustle, any of those things. I saw today that Houston is getting a show called Houston Heart and Hustle, and it's talking about these female entrepreneurs, and I was like, oh, I'm excited to watch it because it's women that I have been following, right, social media, especially Chloe Cook. She's an event planner here, but I hate that they called it Heart and Hustle. Why do we keep, because it's all black women, why do we keep being placed into this thing of hustling? Okay, I don't like it. We are not hustlers. That's not what God made us to be. Okay, hustling has ruined our nervous systems. Hustling has ruined our nervous systems, and we gotta stop. We gotta stop. Such a great reminder because I rush and stress. No, God, He already. You don't gotta rush. When I think about when someone said to me, God goes before us, I don't remember where I read it at, where I heard it at, whatever. That's all I ever needed to know. And I know that He does because He has already. He's shown me that time and again in my life, right? But now that I know that, I heard that God goes before me. Well, then what am I tripping on? Why am I rushing? Why am I stressed? Why am I anxious? Why am I worried? If God goes before me, what? Like, that blew my mind. If you ever had anything alter your brain chemistry, that altered my brain chemistry, okay? I don't He is meeting your needs in real time right now. He has met your need. It's already, I used to say this all the time. I still say it. Me and Sheena say this to each other all the time because she'll be like, oh, okay, I'm working on so and so, and I'll be like, it's already done. It's already done. It's already done. All right. I'm sorry I'm getting so passionate, but I really want women to stop hustling and slow down and really trust, really surrender to what God has for us, because I can tell y'all, oh, what God has for us is so much better. When I think about the things that I thought that I wanted, the people I thought I wanted, all of those things, and I think about what God has for us, for what God had for me all along, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And I know that can happen for everyone. I know it can. Yes, He has. He really has. It's in Deuteronomy. I'm gonna look it up because I know it. I heard it, or I don't remember where I heard it at, but yeah. But you truly do have to. You do truly have to surrender, and sometimes God will bring you to the point where you have to surrender, but I behooves you not to let Him bring you to that point, okay? I don't want y'all going through the things that I went through. But maybe it's the way that it should go. I mean, who am I to to thwart God's path? But yes, yes, yes. I want y'all to slow down. I truly do. Y'all don't have to rush. You truly don't. You truly don't. All right. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Okay, and He is, and is, as the young folks say. T. Still don't know. Still don't know. Hold eye contact with warmth. Okay. Don't look away out of habit or discomfort. Okay, you here. You taking up space, and so yes, I can look you in the eye and say what I need to say. And I'm not uncomfortable. I'm not shrinking back. Okay. Look at people with calm confidence. It honors your presence and theirs. Our posture, I hunch over a lot because I have a large, heavy chest. And I have to constantly remind myself, head up, chin up. Okay? You're royalty. What are you doing? You are allowed to be seen. You are allowed to be seen. You are allowed to be heard. Okay? You are allowed to be listened to. You are allowed to take up space. Take up physical space with grace. Don't cross your arms or shrink in your body. Sit upright, unfold your hands, relax your shoulders. Take your full breath, okay? Because a lot of times, all the time, we don't breathe when we talk, okay? We don't breathe. My brother is a personal trainer, and so he's trained me many times, and we need to get back to our training sessions, but that's neither here nor there. And he always tells me when I am working out to breathe. Thank you, Mr. Tyson. Let me write that down. He always tells me to breathe. He's like, Nicole, breathe. Breathe. You gotta breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. It's so funny that we don't breathe. We really don't. We're always trying to hurry up and run through what we got to say. I'm doing it right now. And we don't take the time to take a breath. Y'all will see me. If you've been here long enough, stop, take a breath, tell myself, slow down, Nicole. Slow down. If you need to do that, do that. It's nothing wrong. I do it all the time. All the time. Breathe when you talk. We're waiting on you. They waiting on you. It's okay. It's okay. You deserve to be waited on. Take your full breath. Take your time and take your seat. Stop rushing to hurry up and get places, to sit down somewhere, all of that. Take your time. It'll be waiting on you. Okay? Learn to expect those things and watch how they show up. It's like expecting a parking spot in the front. And then a lot of times you know that you'll get that parking spot in the front. Move through life like that. Expecting people to want to listen to you. Expecting that people are ready to listen to you. They want to talk to you. They want to hear from you. They want to be in your presence and all of that. Hi, Miss Donna. Happy Wednesday. Yes, and often have to tell myself to relax my shoulder, unclench my teeth. All the time. All the time. All the time. So take your full breath. Take your time. Take your seat. Okay? Say no without over-explaining. What did we say? Because y'all know I'll be forgetting stuff. What did we say? Explaining ourselves after we say no is like agreeing or not. I'll find it. Don't worry. Y'all probably remember better, but we know the point. We don't need to over explain ourselves, right? Our no is fine the first time. We don't have to explain. You have a bad habit of holding your breath. Yeah, we gotta stop holding our breath. No is a complete sentence. But what did Amanda Ferguson say? Let me find it real quick because it's too good to not remember. I had wrote it down, but I don't know where I put it at. Probably put it somewhere. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna find it. Oh, that's not the right one. Go where? Ariana, what are you doing here? Let's see. I don't remember what video it was. We had talked about it on here before, and I forgot. But yes, no is a complete answer. Yeah, no. Thanks for thinking of me, but I can't make it. I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna post what she said, but I can't think of it right now. But say no without over explaining. Practice saying that doesn't work for me right now, or I'm not available for that, or simply no. You don't even have to put an explanation with it. You don't even have to give an excuse or response. Just know I'm unavailable. I won't be able to. I can't do that. I think I was talking about this on the blog. And I was talking about the woman at the bookstore who wouldn't let her husband pay for the book. Again, I don't know what was going on, if something else was going on in the background. But I explained in the video that a lot of times when they say they want to do something, when they ask you, do you want this? They're not playing. Like, they're for real, okay? They don't make offers that they can't meet because they don't like to be disappointed, and they don't like to be seen in a certain way, and they don't like to be rejected. So they don't make offers that they can't keep. Women, I was invested. Women all the time, we will say stuff and we don't really mean it. We're silently hoping that you don't say yes or ask us to do that or say agree or any of those things. But we feel like we have to perform. We feel like we have to say you got to say the right thing. Oh, if you need anything, but you don't really mean that. And me, I don't say it. I stopped that. If I don't mean it, baby, I ain't saying it. If I do not mean it, I am not saying it. So if I say it, I mean it. Okay, I really want to help. I really want to do the thing, because I ain't. You won't find me doing that. I stopped doing that a long time ago. Probably because when I got sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't expect people, if you don't want to do it, baby, I don't want you to do it. But women will do that because we think that we have to, perform. We think we have to say the right thing. We have to look a certain way. We know that's expected of us. Stop. You're stressing yourself out. Don't do it, okay? You're working things into your schedule, into your life that don't have no business being there. Okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, you're making extra work for yourself. I was cracking up that because I do stuff like that when I see some stuff with couples in the store. Oh yeah. I was making up a whole story because I promise I was standing in line and they were talking and laughing. So I'm like, well, they didn't have no argument. Maybe this is how they handle their stuff, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, this is how they handle their things. But when he offered, and then he offered again, he was like, you sure? And she was like, yeah, it's just this one book. And he was like, okay. And then she was like, well, the cashier was like, do you have a number? And so I guess either they have separate numbers or maybe they share. I don't know. But he looked at her and she was like, that's okay. No, he gave the number. But when he gave the number, that's when she was like, you have a reward. And he was like, oh, no, I'm not going to use it. And she was like, no, you could use it. And he was like, no, don't worry about it. You could use it. And then when she got up there to get her book and then she realized the cost and the amount of the reward was basically the same, he was looking all like, I paid for this book. That's how he was looking. But I was like, why you just didn't let the man pay for the book to begin with? Then he could have used the reward anyway, so it would have canceled out. Really, what was the deal? Hey, bestie. Happy Wednesday. We're doing our devotional this evening today. How was your weekend? That question is abused by women at the W2, trying to be kind. We are kind about without doing the most simple good mornings enough. I agree. Listen, if I offer to do something, I really want to do it. I'm no longer offering to do things and put things in my schedule to stress me out and make more work for myself. Okay? And I say that with all sincerity that men don't do that. They don't practice that. My husband, if he say he gonna do something, he gonna do it. And if he don't want to do it, baby, he ain't gonna say it. and that's that on that. So say no without over explaining. No guilt, no scrambling for reasons, just peace. And boundaries are holy. Okay? Boundaries are holy. It is holy to have a boundary. Now, have a boundary, not a wall, okay? Because some of us take boundaries too far, okay? Just like you deserve grace and understanding and you are God's child, so are they. So are they, okay? So just remember that. Boundary, not a wall, okay? And that does not mean be abused, because we know the people that some keep bouncing on that boundary, keep hitting that boundary, right? Okay. I love you. You can make an example of that, you can show that to me, then we can talk about reconciling, whatever the relationship may be. Give yourself a full morning or night routine. And this is something that I'm working on personally. Claim time for yourself without guilt.